This November, Disney will be releasing their 60th animated feature Encanto, so I decided to rank the movies from every era of Disney animation. About a week ago, I put out my ranking of the Golden Age, and now we move on to the next era, the Wartime Era. Now, the Wartime Era is very interesting because, as the name implies, these films were released during World War II. So Disney, who was still a relatively new animation studio, basically did a bunch of movies that were just compilations of shorts. Now, I know, technically, I am missing a film. Make My Music is not on here, and the reason for that is simply because I couldn't find it anywhere legally. It's not on Disney Plus or anywhere else, so to make up for it, when I do my post-Renaissance ranking in about a month, I'm going to include The Wild, even though it wasn't technically part of the features. That way I still end up with 60 when Encanto comes out. But if you have seen Make My Music, let me know where it falls in your ranking. So with that in mind, let's get started. Coming to last place at number 5 is Saludos Amigos. The film is only 45 minutes long. It's barely a movie. Most of it isn't even animated, and really, it was only made to boost morale and relations with South American countries during World War II. Now, while I do find that looking at another culture very interesting, and I do find that that is a good thing, but as a movie, it barely works. Number 4, The Three Caballeros. I found this film fun. Again, it's great to learn about another culture, and I enjoyed the songs, and it blends the animation with the live action very well, especially for the time when this was very early, and this was one of the first times that animation was blended with live action, and it's always fun to see Donald Duck. Number 3, Fun and Fancy Free. As the name implies, I had a lot of fun with this film. I enjoyed the new take on Jack and the Beanstalk, but I do think that the live action segments of the film kind of distracted. Number 2, Melody Time. I don't really have much to say about this film that much, but I thought this was cute. It's always good to introduce people to American tall tales like Johnny Appleseed and Pecos Bill, and I thought the animation worked really well, especially considering how old the movie is. But coming at first place is The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. This film is dark. Now, I've been on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland, so I knew this was going to be dark, because that's one of the only Disney rides where you actually end up in hell at the end, and I'm not making that up, which is weird, because in the movie, he doesn't end up in hell. I thought that that's what we were going to see, but he's not seen in hell, which is weird. Like, did they edit that out later? I don't know. But all I know is that in the ride, you end up in hell, so that's where I was expecting it to go, but it didn't. But I wasn't expecting the film to go as dark as it did. But I enjoyed both stories very much, and it's always good to introduce kids to classic literature. And The Headless Horseman was actually very scary. Like, his laugh was actually really scary. So it's kind of fun that I just happened to be watching this movie around Halloween time, because it is a really good Halloween movie. At least the second half of it is. The Sleepy Hollow part is. So yeah, that is my ranking. That's why The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad comes in at number 1. So go ahead and share your ranking of the Wartime Era films. Like I said, if you're one of the few people that has seen Make My Music, again, I don't know why it's not on Disney Plus. Is it like problematic by today's standards, and that's why it's not on there? That's probably why. But go ahead and just share your ranking, and I will see you next time.